Jim Walters, flight instructor, retired sheriff, part-time. You really just have a serious background in a number of areas. And we met at a gun showing, I believe it was, some months ago. And you seemed to pick up on the idea that the frequency stuff that we were talking about, a little different than the molecules and particles, and that resonated with you, so you decided to try it. And in the interim, I know that you were a little curious about the weight. Just tell people what's taken place in your life since Be Pure.
Well, since connecting with you on the Be Pure product and everything, I was obese. I was way up there, punching 260, 40-inch waist, 40-inch trousers. And it's been a little while now that I've been with you on this, and I'm down to a trouser size 34, and I've lost 60 pounds, and I'm on my way down. And my energy level has skyrocketed. And that comes without saying with losing the weight and everything, but I just feel so much better all the way around.
So when we're talking about the aging process, you're how old? 70?
74.
74. And I know that you mentioned one time when you first got started with it, you were on a push cart in a grocery store, and there you are running down the street pushing the cart with groceries. That's kind of an interesting story for people to deal with. You get on an energy. I've never been on a diet, Jim, but I hear people getting hungry. Tell me what normally goes on in that world.
Well, you crave you crave stuff, I guess, and then that's how I got up to that pounds that I was up there. I would always crave sweets and sugars and carbohydrates and that sort of thing. And what I'm doing now is I've completely done away with carbs and sweets, and I'm on a real high fiber dieting. And I don't like to call it a diet because it's more of a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not on a diet. I'm on a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And my lifestyle is this high fiber dieting with the product, and it gets the toxins out of your body, and it's done that, and it's gotten the weight off of me. And like I said, I'm way down to a size 34 trouser now, feeling awesome, and my energy level for being 74 years old has, I feel more like I'm in my 60s now.
That's so deep. We're moving into the world of addiction, and we're coming out of some arenas with this virus that's forced us into solitude. And people they've failed to understand that sugar is an addiction, but a lot of people have other addictions. And in defining this, would it be fair to say that there was a little addiction on your part
absolutely,
to sugar? And basically what you've done is you've replaced one addiction with another one. But this one is easier.
Much more so, I guess. If the addiction I have now is good health.
Yeah.
Ridding my body of the sugars and that sort of thing. The addiction, I was addicted to sugar. There's no doubt about it.
And it wouldn't be too difficult to go back. So it's a continual battle, I find.
It is a battle, but Steve, I see it as a discipline thing, mm-hmm. and I'm a disciplined person anyhow, more or less, mm-hmm. and I've disciplined myself to get away from the sugar, even though, and it's not even a craving anymore. I'm that far down the road now to where it's not really even a craving. It's just my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. I think what people like to know is the cost factor. Tell me about your experience with using the seeds and the fats that we've been getting people to understand that there's a significant difference between our energy source. Mm-hmm. And I'll just let you take it from where you view it?
Well, you mentioned the cost, and you know, I have cut my grocery bill significantly monthly, because sugar is expensive, and processed foods are expensive, and that's what I was buying. And just living on a diet, I guess, again, if you want to call it that. I was on a food plan, I guess, as processed foods and sugar products, donuts and cookies and all that stuff, and I was very addicted to that. And when I did away with all that stuff and went strictly into this high fiber process and lifestyle that I'm on, of the seeds and the nuts, and I have a breakfast mix with your product with the high fiber products. It has taken the cravings away. So, you know, during the day I might feel a little bit hungry, long, you know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll just snack on some nuts. And that gets me into the evening to where I'm doing a low fat evening meal of salads and chicken and that sort of stuff.
I want to pry a little bit. We both come from a pretty spiritual background, and when you see the difference in your life in terms of presenting Jim to a group of people, do you feel more comfortable now doing that as to having it line up with your belief system?
I've actually had some folks at the church that I attend come up to me and tell me, you know, they're seeing a difference in my weight, obviously. And these folks are heavier folks, and I just tell them, you know, I'm feeling so well, and I believe that spiritually, it's something we need to address, you know, in our church. And the church people seem to like to eat. You know, they do. We have church dinners and stuff, and I have my eating lifestyle has changed so much. When we have a large dinner at church, I don't even worry about. I find stuff that works for me during that time period of a big meal at church or something. So it's spiritually very helpful to be spiritual and have that spiritual discipline, as I've called it.
Well, you're going out to see our friend Rick Carnegie and his approach to growing things in aquaponics and hydroponics, and you've picked up on that concept of really fresh foods throughout your life, and that's I see it in your skin, Jim. I see that your skin is a lot healthier looking, and you've even, I can't say you've aged, you've gone backwards. So I don't know if you're going to be forced onto that bus to go to school next week.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, it has been such a pleasure, and when we see this, I think people have been almost forced into believing things that are not true. And I'd like to have you address it just for a moment on what the difference and when you thought, well, it was worth the try, to where you've kind of swung over here to it's more than just worth a try.
Well, it hasn't been an easy process, that's for sure. At the get-go, you know, the craving that sugar and the sugar products, it was hard to come off of it at first. But you know, with a lot of desire and knowing that the loss of weight and stuff would be worth it in the long run, I guess, was my vision. And so yeah, it's not easy. It's been a rough road, but that rough road is behind me now, and I don't even worry about it. I really feel like I'm out on a smooth road now, and so it's been worth it.
So the 4 months approximately that you've been on it, 1 month rough, 3 kind of what?
Yeah, it was a rough month and a half or 2
of breaking that habit.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jim, it's been a pleasure, and we're going to go down to what, 100 and
My target weight is somewhere around 170. I weighed the first of the month and I was right at 200 from 260, so that was that 60-pound loss. I'm not losing it real fast and real hard, so I'm feeling healthy about losing it. You know, if you drop a lot of weight all at once, it's hard on your health.
Oh yeah.
And I understand that, so I think in the next month or two, I will be at my target weight.
So instead of going to a fighting weight, you're reducing yourself to a flying weight.
Yes, you know,
And you'll be back in Alaska flying through those countries. And
I like to say it this way. Pilots have what they call a useful load on their airplane. Their airplane is only good for a certain number of pounds. So me losing 60 pounds, I'm losing some useful, I'm gaining some useful load on my airplane. So I can put another 60 pounds of cargo in the plane, so to speak.
so less weight, faster, cleaner. We're down the road. Jim Walters, thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
And I would especially like to thank Nate and Lori for giving us their home, and they moved all the furniture out, and this is, I mean, they did an amazing job.
So where are the, so Missy, what are the bedroom assignments? I mean, if we're gonna, because we have 24 hours.
You should worry about the back.
I have loads of sleeping pads. You guys should sleep anywhere.
I mean, Fisher, Ashton,
There's a hammock out here.
Molly, Lexi. Is this all of you?
Well, I don't know.
I want to thank all of you for coming. You're really dear to me. All of you. Most of us.
I think you ought to congratulate them on how well they kept the secret.
What if I expected, suspected nothing.
Yeah.
He's
Until
not kidding.
I was laying in my office watching a debate. She said, you need to get ready to come over for dinner. I said, well, what's the big deal? So we told Tad's the first one. What's Tad doing over there? So it really is something special. Thank you guys for coming and just being friends and relatives.
They can't do anything about relatives.
Guys.